Okay guys, this is the worksheet that we're working on, and basically we're going to be graphing lines that are in slope-intercept form. So these are already y equals mx plus b. Okay? Now, I'm going to go over the homework. It starts at 7. So step 1 is to make sure it's in slope-intercept form. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look in your interactive notebook, page 92. Okay? Alright, so this is your y equals mx plus b. This is your slope, rate of change, and this is your initial value. Alright, and so step 2, identify your slope and your y-intercept, which is going to be 0 comma something. So the slope is 3/5, or change in is 3 over 5, and then it's -1. Okay, so now the 3 here is your change in y, and the change in y represents vertical movement. So you can only go up or down, and since it's positive, this means up 3. And the change in x down here represents horizontal movement, which only goes left and right. And since this is positive, we're going to go right 5. So don't confuse these. Remember, if it helps you to write, oh, this is change in y over change in x, then you can go from there. Okay, step 3 is to plot our y-intercept. So where am I going to put that? It's going to be 0 comma -1 is right here. Okay, so that's step 3. Alright, so that's step 3. And then step 4 is to use a slope to create more additional points. So I'm going to go up 3, right 5, up 3, right 5. So I'm going to go up from the y-intercept, not from the origin. You have to start from the point that you created or you plotted. Okay, so then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all I can do. But I could probably add another point here. So I'm going to go down 3 and left 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I can't go any further, so now I'm going to draw my line from left to right. Okay, so there you go. That's number 7. Now I'm going to skip to number 10. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. First step, is it in slope-intercept form? Yes, it is. Y equals mx plus b. Step 2, identify your slope and your y-intercept, which is 0 comma something. Alright, the slope is right here, 3. And the y-intercept is -2, 0 comma -2. And then I want to, and then step 3 is to plot the y-intercept, which is 0 comma -2. So I go down to -2 on the y-axis, and that is my step 3. Yeah. And then I need to use my slope to create more points here. I can tell it's going to be a positive slope, okay, because of the positive number here. But the question is, how steep is the slope? So I'm going to go to 3. I'm going to put a 1 underneath it because that keeps it the same, but also shows me the, it's like the unit rate, you know. This is your change in y and this is your change in x. So let's say that this here, if it's changing in a y, the y's are changing, it's a vertical movement, which means you go up or down. In this case, it's a vertical movement because it's going, it's a positive movement, so it's going up 3. This is vertical or horizontal movement because it's change in x, and that means it's going to go left or right. In this case, it goes right 1. Okay. So then I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to put my point, or my pencil right here on the initial value, or y-intercept, and then I'm going to go up 3, and then right 1, up 3, and then right 1, and that's all I have room for. But I can also go down 3 and left 1. Okay, down 3 and left 1, and you might be like, but Ms. Hong, these are negative numbers that you're creating. No, but together it stays positive, and I'll still get a positive slope. So I'm going to put my pencil back on the y-intercept and go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and left 1. And I am ready, and these are all constant rates of change, so I'm ready right here to create my line. And that is what y equals 3x minus 2 looks like when you graph it. Okay, and let's see, 11. Let's go to number 11. So number 11 is already in slope-intercept form. Okay, and step 2, we need to identify our slope and our y-intercept is at 0, 3, because it's right here. And I can put the 4 over 1. 4, remember, that's change in y, which represents vertical movement, so it's positive, it goes up 4. The 1 represents horizontal movement because it's change in x, so it's going to go left or right. In this case, it goes right 1 because it's positive. And now I'm ready. Step 3 is to plot the y-intercept. So let's see, 0, 3. There it is. And I'm going to use the slope here to go up 4. Uh-oh, I've run out of room. No problem. I'm going to go the other direction. Go down 4 and left 1. So down 4 and left 1. So down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and left 1. And I can do it again. Down 4 and left 1. Okay. And there's my line. That's what y equals 4x plus 3 looks like. Y equals 6x plus 5. Okay, so, oh, I was just curious, what was that? Okay, so, is it in slope-intercept form? Yes, y equals mx plus b. And we have this, and we have this. Okay, and the y-intercept and our slope and our y-intercept. The slope is 6 over 5, and the y-intercept is 5. So here is our change in y, that's our change in x. Y, the change in y represents vertical movement. It's positive, so it's going to go up 6. This one is change in x, which represents horizontal movement, and it's going to go right instead of left because it's positive. So now I'm ready for step 3, which is to plot 0, 5, which is our y-intercept. So I'm done with that. That's step 3. And now step 4 is to use a slope to create more points. Alright, so this says go up 6 and right 5. Oh my goodness, I'm already out of graph. So, does that mean I can't graph it? No, I go the opposite direction. So I'm going to go down 6 and left 5. Alright, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually, that's all I have room for, guys. So, that was easy. Take my point, or my ruler, and graph the line. There we go. And that is done. So I would suggest to you, if you still have trouble, make sure that you go back and see if you can watch the video again. Not that you have to watch the entire video, but like one problem here and there.